Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Shaq here. Let's go over to my Steam list real quick. I want to show you guys something. So I'm going to be spotlighting a Homeworld mod in this particular episode. Homeworld mod for Homeworld 2. It's called Homefront, but I want to show you guys something real quick. So here's the Homeworld 2 remastered collection. We're going to go to Browse Workshop, and every day we've had new mods, more and more mods coming in, and what I have expressed this now in 2 different videos on the channel, and I'm going to express it one more time, how awesome it is that you can finally get a digital copy of Homeworld, but how easy it is to actually get a copy of Homeworld. Here's Homefront. Here's the mod that we're going to be testing out. We'll click this. We'll take a look at it. So this is how modding works for Homeworld as of now. So you go through and you look at the mod and you're like, man, that ship looks pretty damn cool. Oh man, this is some Halo shenanigans going on. I want to play this. You click subscribe. I already am. It'll go ahead and it'll download it. You'll see a little download bar going on at the bottom where you can click it and see the status. Some mods are really big for Homeworld because they're total conversions. They're like downloading a whole nother game. Get them downloaded and then go ahead and launch your game once they're downloaded. We'll go back to my games and we'll click on Homeworld Remastered Collection. We'll launch it. You'll get the launcher here. Now all you do once you have your mod installed is click mods on the bottom right hand corner, and you go, okay, I want to play Homeworld 2 Classic. Most of the mods you'll find will be for Homeworld 2 Classic, and you'll have your mods. Now, I know you guys are like, oh, there's Star Wars Warlords are on there. That's the big Star Wars conversion. Somebody, not the mod dev, put this up on the Steam Workshop, and it's very buggy. I haven't tested it yet, but reading through the comments, people are saying it's crashing, the AI is not using units, and it's just not set up yet. So we'll visit that another day. Today, we're going to be looking at Homefront. So you got to do is you click your mod you want, hit select, it'll put it over on selected mods, and if your mod has any like command line augments that you need to put in there, pop it in here. For these, you don't need anything. Homefront, launch, let's give her a go. Let's failed to launch. Oh, because I had already had it running. Right, ignore that. So we'll dive into this. Now this is a Halo mod, total conversion for Homeworld 2. That's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty neat. I'm still kind of figuring it out, but make sure when you launch Homeworld 2 for the first time, you go under Options or Game Settings here, and Video, and scroll down to 1920 by 1080. And bear in mind, 1920 by 1080, you have to scroll down to it. I had a bug where I had to change my resolution to like 1280 by 1024, and then 1920 by 1080 actually came up in my list. So once you get your stuff set up, turn all your graphics settings on, of course. Everything's gonna be turned to low when you first launch it. It's gonna make the game look like crap. We're gonna jump into War Games. This is the skirmish mode. And let's do, let's pick up a map here. Let's do Pillars of Creation. That's a Homeworld map. I don't know. Let's do Heroes Rest. That's a big map. Installation 04 with the big ring in the background. Hell, why not? Let's do that. Go to races. In this mod, you'll have the UNSC, the United States Space Corps, like the Marine Corps unit, and then the Covenant. We're gonna keep the other one closed off. You can change your colors. Let's go a little bit darker blue. There we go. There we go. I like that. I like that. Select badge. Did they add any badges? Oh, yes, they did. They added the ODST. I hadn't actually looked in there yet. All right, let's do this. Starting resources, we'll do medium. I want to be able to build stuff quickly. Research done. I will throw this on research done. So what that means is we'll start it up. It means the research has already been done. We don't have to research anything because I just want to show you guys some of the units, how they work, and how some of the gameplay mechanics, kind of jive together in this. If you've ever read the books in Homeworld, the human side, the UNSC and the human fleet is so amazingly outgunned. Now, bear in mind, this isn't the HD remastered version. I don't know if there's going to be one. This is actually Homeworld 2 you're seeing, so the graphics won't be as good as you're used to for the HD remastered, but a lot of mods are getting updated, so. Our shipyard, Anchor 12, has released its drones. These ships are our mining ships. They're gonna go ahead out. Kind of neat looking models. I like how they got the cargo bays that spin. This kind of reminds me of the new Star Citizen mining ship that they just announced, where they have the cargo bay. It's actually spinning, the refinery. So I imagine there's like grinders inside there that are like grinding it up into a dust or something. So let's get to building. Now we don't need to research anything. Like I said, I turned research off, so we'll have access to everything right away. We have 2 facilities. We've got a frigate construction yard, scaffolding here. Kinda cool, you know, it's not like the mothership carrier that you normally start with in Homeworld. All right, we still have to build our facilities to go along with this. So for our frigate facility, let's get our corvette facility online. Let's get our frigate facility online. Kind of expensive. We are mining stuff up. That's looking good. Let's get ourselves a Narwhal class refinery. This is our mobile refinery that, instead of having the ships, and you'll see that, let me zoom in here. You'll see our refinery ships, our mining ships going out there and gathering resources and coming back. They'll be able to actually dock with the narwhal. Narwhals living in the ocean, causing a commotion. Sorry, I'm on like 3 cups of coffee, so don't mind me. Corvette facility is almost finished, and let's go ahead and get we can get a gantry. This allows us to build the really big capital ships. Yeah, no, not really digging it. Let's get a fighter facility so we can start building fighters. Let's get our first scout unit up. The GA AEW1 Copus? I've read some of the Halo books, but not all of them, so I don't know, like, all the lore. But here's our scout unit. We're gonna send our scout unit where I believe the enemy is, probably directly across from us. Interesting map. I love the Halo ring in the background. It's actually animated too. That thing is spinning. Very cool. Our Narwhal class is finished. Look how big this thing is. Something you'll notice with the human ships is they're quite large. Like, this is really big compared to the normal refinery ship in Homeworld. But we'll give him orders. Go ahead and head on out. His engines are kicking online. Traxxas. I assume these are like the docking bays? Not really sure. We'll see when these suckers dock up. Now we can build some long swords. You guys that have played the Halo, what was longsword in? I think that was in Halo 2 and 3, the fighters. No, they had them in Halo 1. They had them escorting the Pillar of Autumn. I know Halo stuff. All right, so these suckers, and I love how the armament is described. We've got 2 50mm auto guns, and we've got 4 ASGM-10 missile pods. This is our low-yield nuclear bomber, the Kinjal. So we've got 2 ASROC torpedo pods, and well, there are bombers, more or less. Longswords build in packs of 2, so you've got your primary and your wingman in each squadron. Go ahead and get you guys grouped up and move you forward. Group 1, move up. You can see them on the move, the engine's lighting up. Lighting on this map is really, really dark, but one thing that I do like is the design of the ships. I'd love to see an HD version of this mod come out. Now, I can't speak to balance of this mod or how well it is balanced because I haven't played enough of it. That's the thing about Halo or Homeworld mods, is that you've really got to play them to figure out, well, you know, how balanced the units actually are. Or is it just like a clusterfuck of spamming units? That's how Warlords was. Very Total Annihilations. Star Wars version is the Warlords mod, and I do hope it does get an update. So what else can we build here? Let's go back to our frigate producer and build ourselves, we can build some corvettes, or we can build some, Paris class heavy frigate. So we'll build a Paris class and an Orthus class destroyer. And let's go ahead and get both types of frigates ordered up and building. Let's check our scouts, scout location. Our scouts failed to find the enemy location. All right, well, they're gonna be near a cluster of resources, more than likely. So let's dispatch them out here. Maybe we'll find something. And we can send Fighter Wing 1 out this direction to scout that. Let's check the building, the ships that are being constructed. Oh, here we go.
It's coming together.
Just leaving the dock now is our Paris class frigate. Pretty damn cool model. And one thing that I like about this, when I click it, in Homeworld you've got subsystems, and you can actually see the individual turret subsystems, and they're down here as well. The Peltas NG guns. Now, the primary weapon of, and you kind of see it here in the front of the ship, is the Mac cannons. The one thing that the humans had that worked against the Covenant were these giant magnetic cannons, but it took a lot of them.
Keep it moving.
You can see there's twin Mac cannons. It took a lot of these suckers to penetrate the enemy Covenant shields. So you had to have a lot of firepower online, and they fired really, really slowly. So it was all about alpha strikes with the human fleet. The other thing they had, of course, was longbow missiles, which is a longbow missile launcher up here. So one of the things I guess you'd have to really get used to is what each one of these ships are actually armed with. Our Hammerhead squadrons are just now finishing up as well. Oh, here it is. Hammerhead. You're a Corvette, right? Yeah, I think this is the Corvette. So let's get a little bigger though. Let's see what else can we build. We can build a couple more miners. Not really worried about miners. We can build probes. We can build repair drones. Anti-sensor. Okay, cloaking sensors. Yeah, that's all fine. We don't need any research. What we do need though, switching over to Anchor 12, is to order up ourselves. Oh man, we can get Supermax. Supermax. If you remember Halo 3, I want to say. Might have been Halo 2. At the beginning when Chief is getting the award, he's actually on a Supermax platform. These gigantic turrets. Let's kind of poor though, but I kind of want to buy one of those. Let's get a gantry. This will allow us to get the Talos and all the Marathon class, all those big ships. So we do have a small frigate group here with fighter escort. Can these fighters dock anywhere? Yes, they can. They can actually dock with, looks like, the majority of these guys. No, they cannot. I lied.
Group 2 designated.
Combat fleet. We were wrong about the location of the... Oh, we found the enemy. We have enemy contact. Our long swords have found the enemy, and they're just kind of chilling next to them. Now, I did notice this when I tested them out earlier. The Covenant's resource collectors are standard resource collectors from Homeworld, which is too bad. But let's destroy them.
Engaging.
We haven't found, and we're gonna send Group 2 in to find them.
No problem.
Is
No problem.
we haven't found, actually, Group 2, fleet.
This is a
I want you guys to take on
Got 'em
the capital
Strike
phalanx
group acknowledged.
and move in. Oh, here we go. We have contact with an enemy capital ship. She's a big bastard. I'm pretty sure this is their mothership. Now, the cool thing about this is that in the lore, they use, just like in Halo, the energy weapons. And these energy weapons will just melt. Absolutely melt any human ship, really, until we had shield technology. So let's go ahead and get the long swords, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They're gonna engage the enemy capital ship. It usually gets beam weapons, which would cut one of our frigates in half. And you can actually see, if I can click it fast enough, I know I won't be able to, you can see them launching missiles. Small missiles, and you can click them, if I'm quick enough, you can click and zoom in on them. They actually render them. See how quickly our long swords are being taken out. All right, diverting Group 2. Come on over here. All right, Group 2, the frigates are on their way to engage the enemy capital ship. And while this is going on, we have our gantry. It's a gigantic capital ship production facility. We still can't build our big ships. Now, why can't we? Because we don't have a capital ship class facility built onto the gantry. So we'll build that, and we'll get some of the bigger ships online. You can see the fight going on off in the distance with our long swords.
Group 1 copies.
And the frigate fleet is inbound. Our Orthus, our Paris class. Now they've got their Mac cannons. I'm giving the order to engage.
Prepare for assault.
And the Mac cannons should be fairly long-ranged weapons. Really accurate, really fast.
Group 1 defeated.
Group 1 is now dead. The Covenant have destroyed our fighter wing. Those bastards. Well, while we're
Group 2 reports
moving
victory.
into range of the enemy, which we've actually lost contact, sensor contact with the enemy, continue to move forward. Let's move our frigate individually forward. He should be able to pass you guys. I think he's faster than the rest of the fleet. Yes, he is. All right, he's engaging his engines. We need sensor data so we can actually start targeting and firing. So we're gonna move him closer. Hammerhead, go. He won't last 2 seconds if this goes by the lore against them. All right, let's move in our fighter bomber. Just you. Will you move faster than the fleet if I give you a separate order? Yeah, you're moving. Good, good, good. The gantry is ready to build us something bigger, so let's build a Talos, a Hycon, and a Marathon class. These are the big cruisers. Atlas class command carrier? Oh, how do I get one of you? We need the Atlas blueprint. And then, hopefully I don't get copyright hit for this, but that is Halo music playing in the background in the game. Really sets the mood. In the books, there was always this sense of like dread of like the humans they're not fighting to win. They're just fighting to survive. They're doing anything and everything they can to make the human race last a little bit longer. And you kind of get that feeling in this, that you're so outgunned. There's the enemy ship. Order to fire has been given. There's the Mac cannon firing. Both Mac cannon rounds just went off, and you can see we did a little bit of damage. The fleet is engaging. Our hammerhead is trying to use its maneuverability to get around it. I'm telling him to engage. The enemy fire is coming in on one of our corvettes, and our corvette is just being melted. Let's zoom in on the Paris class as they get into range. You can see the small machine guns, the rail guns going off. The missile tubes will actually fire in just a second, depending on which ship we're looking at. Let's look at the Hammerhead is, I believe, the one that has a missile tube on the top. So, now this isn't one of their big, I mean, this is a battleship, of course. This is their mothership, but this isn't one of their combat ships. So I may have to pull out of here because I kind of stormed the enemy really, really quickly. And it doesn't look like they've been able to produce any other ships, so we might actually win this. But look, there you go. The enemy has finally targeted and is just wiping out this Orthus class. And if one of those beam weapons connect, you can just say goodbye to your ship. There she goes. Ooh, tore her in half. I kind of wish the wreckage would stay. Paris class. Engaging with the small machine guns, but those energy rounds are just, yep, there she goes. The Paris class is about to fail. That only leaves the Tiger Shark left and the Hammerhead, the two smallest ships in the fleet that we brought over. Actually did some pretty good damage though. So battles in this, from what I'm getting, really, really fast. Very, very quick. We're gonna allow them to build up a little bit more. Maybe they'll build up an actual combat vessel. I know I'm kind of harassing them early. Let's jump you back. We can see the jump effect. Oh, it's gone. See it jump in if I'm quick enough. There, you see the little light.
Resources exhausted.
And then, poof, it's there. So they even have the hyperspace effect. Now, it's a little bit of a cluster fuck at the base right now. So let's move the main fleet out. Talos class. Very nice, very nice. Marathon. Move away. They're all like spinning for some reason. I think they're having bounding box issues, so they need to move a little bit farther away from each other. Okay, what did I need to build that command carrier? I really want to see that. I have yet to see that.
There's nothing left out here.
It said I didn't have the blueprint for it, but to be honest, how do you get it if you have research turned off? Prowler class corvette? This is the wrong one. We need the gantry, and we need to go to...
Resources exhausted.
Different fleet abilities that you can research, just like in Homeworld, like fleet drive. It lets everybody hyperspace out. Let's see though. I want to build the Atlas class command carrier. All it says is the blueprint, but there's no research to be done. Huh. Interesting. We can get a frigate facility online. We can build a corvette facility, but we can't build. I also want to build a Mac cannon. Let's get the research going on that, and let's actually build a research system ship. The refinery, miner probe, research module. Maybe we just need a research module on board, and then it'll auto do the research. But we'll take a look at some of these models before we go in and get a fight started. So this is the Hyphon class. Who's got the ability to hold fighters? The Talos class has a fighter bay. Okay, cool. So does the, what is the Hycron, the Marathon. That's cool. So these bigger ships, these cruiser class, actually can hold fighters inside them. Let's build a couple fighters. I want to see them launch. I think we put a fighter bay on Anchor 12. There you are. Give me a couple of long swords. Give me 5 longsword squadrons. Thank you, thank you. And they've now divided themselves up a little better. Why aren't you docking with your Narwhal class instead of this? How weird. Keep harvesting. Oh man, you guys are going way out there for resources. So I'm gonna jump this out to the resource point and then have these guys go sublight out there. That'll work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give each one of our capital ships fighter squadrons. Stay docked. You, stay docked. You, stay docked. We'll do 2 each. Dock it up. I don't know how much they can actually hold. 2 each and then 1 right there. But we'll be able to watch them come in and dock it up. Hit tab to turn off all our UI elements so we can actually see what's going on here. Fighters coming into dock. Oh, look at the engines. You can subsystem target the engines and disable these things. That's cool. Oh, look at the bays. That bay just opened up. What about here? Yep, there goes the bays. Bays are open. Bring them on in. Fighters coming into dock. That's cool. That is really cool. Subsystems on this ship. What do you got? Oh, it kicked out 1. So it looks like it can only hold 1 squadron. This particular ship, the Marathon class. Yeah, this one only can hold 1. This one can only hold 1. So only one that can hold 2 so far is the Halcon class. That's fine. So we built our research facility. Right? No, research module is still under construction. As soon as this is built, we're going to try and build ourselves the command carrier. Now, what I'm hoping right now is the enemy is building up some ships so we can get a real fight going. You notice I almost killed their mothership with a few good, well-placed Mac cannon blasts, because that's where all the damage from the UNSC actually comes from. I think later on, like when they started building the Marathon class, they actually started integrating shield technology. Let's see if this has shields. You don't actually have shields. So I guess this game doesn't go to that point. I mean, hell, this model was probably actually made before, what was it? That last Halo where they showed a capital ship. I think it was like Halo 5. I don't know, I lost track of the series after a while. But they showed a human ship with shields and it like plows through an enemy ship. We have enemy scouts detected. Uh-oh. Covenant scout. Gonna have to start moving the fleet forward. I really wanted to get the command carrier with the fleet before we move them out. This is probably a horrible mix of ships. What I'm guessing is you're gonna want a nice collection of frigates and cruisers and corvettes to, maybe the corvettes have anti-missile technology and they can actually shoot down the enemy. Well, they don't really use missiles though, they use energy, so how would you stop an energy blast? I don't know. It's a weird game to balance for a mod dev because the humans are supposed to be completely outgunned in every way, and they have to be like, Sins of the Prophets had the same issue early on. It's like, how do you stay true to the lore, but make a game that's interesting to play? Well, normally it's the humans have to have a ton of ships and outnumber the enemy, 10 to 1 to win a fight. All right, let's see, or have Captain Keyes in command. I noticed you guys are doing a whole lot of nothing. Get to harvesting. Come on now. There's the enemy scout still staring at us. Research module is almost complete. Fleet 1.
Group 1 assigned.
Hold position. We still can't build you. Let's check the research. Can't do any research because I have the research turned off. Let's look at it. Fleet command carrier. Mac cannon. Fusion torpedoes. Da-da-da-da-da. You need the Atlas blueprint. How does one get a hold of an Atlas blueprint? Like, how do you need a super Mac generator? Okay, how do we get a super Mac generator? So there's things about this that I don't quite understand. It could honestly be, let's build a couple Hermes. It could be that having research turned off actually breaks it, actually breaks the game. Like they may have some type of script that uses it. So I don't know there, but we are gonna build a few more ships. Let's get some more corvettes. Let's get another Tiger Shark online. Let's get ourselves a Thantos Charon class Marine frigate. Let me guess, boarding, yep. And now we're gonna go locate the enemy and destroy them. As we build up the last ships in the fleet. You guys launching? You all should be building something. Like nobody should not be building stuff. Good, good, good. There's our first Corvette coming out. There's the Hermes class, should be leaving right now. Yep, he's leaving dock as we speak. Right here. The Hermes class. Prepare for combat, men. Join up with Fleet 1. Let's get ready to move in. I'm a little sad. I really want to build this command carrier. I wonder if this is like... Just won't let me do it. And there is nothing under research to do. Bummer. Fighters are docked up and ready to go. Thanos class, join up the fleet. We're going to move out, and we're going to engage the enemy forces. Hopefully they build a couple of their combat-capable ships. I haven't played as the Covenant yet, so I don't actually know what they get, but I'm sure it's epic. Fighter wings. The order is given, men. Let's move out. I'm actually going to group you guys together.
Group
And
one
put you
reinforced.
in a frigate line.
Confirmed.
Form up. There we go. Too much of the UI is online right now. Can we turn that off? There we go. Group 1 is
copy.
formed up. We're moving out. Last enemy location was here, so we'll move out there and see if they're still there. They may have moved on to find resources. And we will send this single lone frigate, this marine frigate, in to scout. Everybody so far seems to have the ability to go into FTL. So let's jump in and scout the enemy position. Our frigate should be coming out of hyperspace momentarily. And yep, we have found the enemy location. They do. Oh God, get out of there. He's under heavy
Enemy
fire.
contact.
They've got fighters. They've got some type of, I don't know what that is. Oh, good grief, look at the fire. No!
Enemy contact. Let's
Oh. Oh. What are you? We might need a bigger boat. Or just more. We just might need more. Let's get a couple more Hermes classes and let's go for the big boys. Build you gentlemen.
Group 1.
All right, fleet. We're not messing around. Here's the orders. Godspeed. Oh, I wanted to focus on you as you jumped out. We jumped right into the fight. All ships, focus fire. Focus fire on that target. Missiles away. And you can just see how big and how clustered these fights will get. Missiles going everywhere, machine guns firing, MAC cannons trying to line up, human ships being obliterated in 2 seconds. Humans have to focus fire. You've got to alpha strike that target.
We cannot support any further units.
Keep firing. You've almost taken her down. There's the MAC cannon rounds coming out of the Talos over there. Oh man, look at her. Look at the rounds she's pouring out. Oh crap. We've got hull breaches on all decks. The Halcon class is going down.
Group 1 reports victory.
Shields are failing. Oh.
Group 1 has defeated the enemy.
And that was their carrier. I didn't realize that was their carrier. I would have targeted somebody else. But you see how fun this one can be. Now, what we need is an HD remake. I would love to see that. Definitely love to see that. Also, I'm not sure if the campaign works on this, but that would be really cool to have a full-on campaign. It says officer training, so I'm guessing it's going to be a like a tutorial. I don't know. Like, what happens if we click campaign? Let's find out. Yeah, this is a campaign from, like, I think that's the actual game. Pretty sure that's the actual game. So, anyways, I highly recommend you guys check this out. It's very easy to install, and it's a whole lot of fun, and it's free. I mean, there's no reason really not to try out the mods that are coming out. And then once you've played them and you like them, drop a review on it and hit that 5-star rating or whatever star rating you think it deserves. That's the way we get these things rated based on how good they are. But give them a chance and play them. Don't just say, oh, it's Halo, it's the best game ever. Try it, play it, and let us know what you think, especially in the comments below. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more modding goodness, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.